Okay, then g'day legends. It is Jai, that Aussie Metal Guy here with Craig.com. So tonight, wherever you are in the world, I'm beyond stoked to be chatting with one of the most influential figures in extreme metal history, Mr. Jeff Becerra from the almighty Possessed. They're due as credited as one of the first bands to coin and define death metal. Their 1985 debut, Seven Churches, still standing tall as a cornerstone of the genre, alongside Beyond the Gates and Eyes of Horror EP. They carved out a legacy that inspired generations of thrash and death metal acts across the globe. After coming unimaginable personal challenges, Jeff has returned stronger than ever. Possessed are back in the spotlight after their 2019 release, Revelations of Oblivion, which absolutely fucking rips, a record which has hailed both as a return to form and a fresh slab of hellfire. Now in 2025, Possessed are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Seven Churches with a crushing Australian tour. Without further ado, it's an absolute pleasure. Jeff, thank you so very much for joining me, mate.
Thank you, thank you. How do I pronounce your name? Jai or
Yeah, you
how do
got it.
you?
You got it first time, brother. Jai.
Jai, and Jeff Becerra. Yeah. Well, this is the honor's mine, Jai. It's good to be here. I'm so stoked about this tour. It's on my bucket list, a dream come true. I've been trying to to Australia for like over a couple of decades. Like I've been trying to get out there as long as I can remember, and it's definitely on my bucket list. I can't wait to get out there and play.
Yeah, I know you made a bunch of Aussie Possessed fans really fucking happy with the announcement of this tour as well, celebrating the 40th anniversary of Seven Churches. What comes to mind first when you think about that time and making that album? Was it chaos, hunger, or was it just a bunch of kids trying to make as much heavy, brutal, extreme music as they could?
Well, at the risk of repeating myself or sounding like an old man who babbles, back then it was the worst economic depression since the 1930s crash. There were no jobs. We're from a lower class neighborhood. And you join the military, you could join a street gang, hope to maybe get in a club later, or you could. The steel mill closed down. You can get $20 a night for standing on the picket line next to a 50-gallon drum of fire, or you could maybe get a job at the refinery, or I didn't want to do any of those things. So I started a band in 1979 and just put everything into it. And that was my way out, not economically, but, mentally, I guess. And things have just, it's been like that every day since then. Me and Larry from, Primus and Possessed, we started a band. I was 11 years old. That's when I wrote Burning in Hell. And I was 11. It was called Hellraiser, though, back then. It's my first original.
Yeah, so
So
right.
that was our way out, though. We were just a bunch of little kids. My bass was like this because I was a little kid. It was just rocking out.
Yeah, and did you ever foresee like that music and that genre that you kind of created kind of started this huge scene that would follow on, and you'd influence so many bloody bands and to follow on from you guys. I can't listen to like a death thrash band at all without, kind of thinking Possessed and you guys as well, kind of laying the foundation for that.
Well, it was very much kind of a branding deal for us. And we knew we were different because back then, it's not like today. There weren't any death metal bands. There
Yeah.
was just Possessed for almost a year. But we knew there was thrash metal, speed metal. We knew there was black metal. Lincoln had that. And we had a band meeting and said, let's call ourselves death metal. Then we'll be the only death metal band. We'll be that death metal band. It will make us special. And our music is definitely different. And people will see it that way because of that title. And so we touted ourselves as death metal. And I even wrote the anthem death metal to sing it home. So it's very much a purposeful direction and a branding thing. And it wasn't, until I met up with Chuck and maybe the guys from Sadis even before that we started realizing like it was going in that direction, that there would be more than one. And so, yeah, man, to be the first is it's a title that nobody wants to give you, but a title that possesses certainly taken the brunt of all the criticism for because, and I think even to this day, it haunts us as well as makes us who we are, and kind of defines the struggle of Possess is that we're always pushing forward and the world's always pushing back.
Exactly, and that death metal demo back in 1984, you know, argue it as much as you want. That was one of the first kind of EPs and bands that kind of you guys were pushing that as well. And that Seven Churches and the follow-up to Beyond the Gates still stands the test of time today as well. Seven Churches, you guys just come out swinging, and then Beyond the Gates, you kind of just took it up a little bit more of a
Yeah,
notch as
well,
well.
we didn't want to put any we didn't want to get pigeonholed into one thing, you
Yep.
know. We wanted to be, to me, that's what death metal is. True death metal is to do whatever you want, whatever the fuck you want to do it, how you want to do it, and not say, "Hey, I'm just going to cookie cutter." It's got to be about this, this, and this. It's got to have incorporate this, this, and this, and that's death metal. It's never been that for me. It's been a sense of artistic freedom, a sense of lyrical expression, and a sense of uh, almost like a weird kind of politics for me. It is to stay free and not do what's expected of me. And I think that has also been one of my stumbling blocks. But I, you know, not here for the money, not here for the fame. I'm here for the music, you know.
Well, we'd be all doing some hip hop shit or playing in a cover band if we're in here for the fucking money, dude. Come in and press play
Yeah.
on our decks, mate. That's for sure. But we love this music, and that's what drives us. Money is not the question as well. You've created a legacy like death metal. You know, argue as much as want. You, as I mentioned before, and it has taken a life of its own. How do you feel about the state of death metal today? Because there's so many different genres. It's kind of shot off and done all these different things from that very starting point. You know, deathcore, death metal, death thrash, all
Oh
these
yeah. I
different
mean,
kind of.
the history of death metal, the true history is so much cooler than of what's purveyed a lot of times out there.
Yeah,
Because there was Possessed, and then the bands like Sadist and Death, and I think Possessed made the California Satan sound. I think once you get towards the Bible Belt, Satan is big taboo out there. Then you get the Zombies and Guts, and Chuck made that whole Floridian sound,
yeah,
and then you go over to like the East Coast, just in the United States, you get the Asians, the incantation, the immolation, the suffocation, and you have that whole new vibe of death metal. And then you bump on over to Europe, and and it's like these osric tentacles where everybody puts a spin. So death metal is certainly not one thing. Death metal is many, many things, and I quite frankly think it's the most exciting genre in music today because we realize that not everything under the sun has been done, and I think death metal proves that every fucking day.
yeah. I love death and extreme metal. Like I like it more as I've gotten older. When I was a young fella and I started hearing it at first, I'd hear guys like
Yeah.
yourself, Deicide, and these
Oh
kind of
fuck, I
bands,
love
and
that
I'd be
sound.
like, oh, a little bit like almost intimidated. And then as I've gotten older, I've fucking loved it more and more. I'm able to pick out the nuances and,
Yeah,
follow.
and you look at like what the kids in Ohio are doing. Ohio is like the new Florida, man. Like it's on and bumping out there, and even like Texas, like the Frozen Soul. But it's just so many different things, man. Everybody's grabbing it, calling it their own, and making it their own, and it's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I absolutely love watching the state of death metal and extreme metal, where it's going and the trajectory that's been. And as you mentioned, it's an exciting fucking genre. I'm
It's
always coming
spinning
across
out everywhere.
bands, hearing new stuff as well. And like with you guys coming back with that Revelations of Oblivion, man, after a while away from recording, what was your kind of mindset coming back into the studio for this album? And did you feel any pressure at all for you guys?
A tremendous pressure. I wanted to show the world, what I did, what my true role of Possessed was. I didn't want to stumble and fall. I was
Yeah.
nervous about my chair. I was nervous about, not playing bass. I was worried that the music would be not enough or maybe too much. And we put a lot of heart and soul into that. And I took on my history by the word I wrote those lyrics between like 79 and 81. So I took some old, a lot of new. I was lucky to connect with, well, to put together. I think that's the one thing I'm really good at is putting together artists, And I put together the very best guys I could find. I think they're the best band in the world. And we have Laura Cardenas on bass. We have our new drummer, our relatively new Christopher Aguirre. We have Claudius motherfucking Kramer, from Sadist and Violence, and of course Possessed. We have Daniela Gonzalez, from Nail Shitter, and these dudes are fucking so quick, man. Like they are literally, they're on point. They're quick. They're not only methodical but super creative, and there was no way it could have went wrong. It felt right, and I was hoping that people would accept it. I wasn't expecting them to accept it, just like I wasn't expecting people to like Seven Churches. Whenever we created that, I think I love this music.
Yep.
It was very method, I love this music, but I think it's too much too soon. And sure enough, it was for most people, but you got that cult following, and I think that Possessors always maintain that cult following. And I think that's what's important about Possessors, the people who love us. There's people who love us and right down the line in the sand, and there's people that fucking hate us. And so I love that about Possessed. Like if I was loved by everybody, I don't think I'd be doing Possessed right or justice.
Yeah, but that's kind of like death metal in genre, isn't it? There's people that
Yeah,
fucking love it and people who
that's it.
hate it, man, as well. And Revelations of Oblivion, like that was like the first album is so fucking long for you guys. And I remember when that dropped through Nuclear Blast, I was super fucking excited. Started getting the presses. Not only one for you guys, Possessed coming back, and for the legacy you guys have. So now you get to kind of come out and fucking end it right. You know what I mean? Go out in a fucking high, play for as long as you can left. But
Yeah,
also the story behind you, man. It's fucking an inspiring fucking story as well for you to keep chasing your dream and passion and to keep creating fucking music. For people like me, I was watching that. I was going through a shitty point of my time and watching people like you struggle through. I just was going through, like, full disclosure, I was going through a cancer battle at the time, watching people like you and other artists going, overcoming shit and still creating and not letting things like that hold them down. It was pretty fucking inspiring to see that kind of stuff for myself as well. So, kudos to you, man. Not only bringing the band back and fucking continuing the legacy that you guys have set, but like you probably hear it all the time, but you've inspired so many other people, love or hate your music. You're a pretty fucking inspiring dude to have that strength and fortitude to keep fucking going, man.
but hopefully you're in remission now, or
Yeah, year and a half in remission, dude.
good. Well, hell yeah. Well, congratulations on that. You look great,
Yeah, man.
and I mean
It's the
that's
metal.
heavy. That's heavy. I think that what we see in each other obviously is what I think all men and women go through. We all have our ups and downs. We all have our highs and lows.
Yep.
And to the individual, like I had a buddy who killed himself because he didn't get into Harvard, right?
Yeah.
So everybody's different. Like what makes us tick is different. And it may be getting shot twice for me, it may be cancer and remission for you, but we're all going to either get busy living or get busy dying. And
Fucking
there's two
oath.
types of people. You either keep going or you give up, and fuck that. I'm not giving up, like, this is the only life I got. Like, I don't believe in heaven. So, like, let's make it work, man.
That's
And, like, there is no second chances here. And you're either living right now in the moment or you're looking at the clock waiting for 5 and not living at all. So,
damn straight. We only have this fucking moment. I'm glad you fucking went with that message, man. Your focus on Seven Churches were unlike anything else at the time. Did you consciously push for that sound or did it just come naturally?
we were definitely pushing for that sound. Like some churches is essentially a live album. Like I didn't
Yeah.
punch in my bass or the guitar. We played back to front, and we wanted it to be noisy. We wanted it to be distorted. We wanted it to be loud. We wanted it to be satanic. We just wanted to create the heaviest fucking band on the planet. And at that time, I think we did that. I'm pretty sure there was nobody heavier than Possessed in 1983 to 85. And like I say, it was a lot. It was like taking the heaviest death metal band now and just throwing it out there with no history. It was like people were like, fuck. Like we would clear a room. People would cover their mouths, roll their eyes, and walk out. They'd be like, you can't understand what he's saying. You sound like a barking dog. Like, And so, and we love that, we love that. And now, in 2020 hindsight, people say, oh, it's thrash or whatever. But back then it was different,
Yeah.
like it was very different. And I think that was the beginning of my journey, was really seven churches. That was where I knew where I wanted. I knew my place in the world. And that was what set me and pivoted me on the right direction in life. So
Yeah, it took a lot of courage, I suppose, at the time, but you didn't think of it like that. Being a young fella, just wanted to create some fucking music, get it out there. But if you thought back at it, it's probably like, man, that took a little bit of courage to kind of push out and push these
it always, I
boundaries. And
mean, when you make an album, definitely it takes a lot of courage. It
yeah,
takes everything you have, and you just throw your soul out to the wolves, and
yeah,
you hope that people will dig it. So like, yeah, man, when people don't like my band, it touches me a little, but you have to kind of just brush that off, like just brush it off and keep going and work and play for the folks that dig it, and dig the music.
yeah, that's it. And speaking of playing for the folks that dig the music, we're about to get the 40th anniversary of said album. How does it feel to finally get over here to Australia and play
That
this,
that
man? So fucking long.
I'm super pumped. I'm stupid happy about it. Like, I've been trying to get to Australia for like 20 years or more, and it kept falling through. It's fallen through like 4 or 5 times, and I want to step on the continent. I want to play a whole new continent. This will be my fifth, and then 5 out of 7 continents. It's on my bucket list. I've been friends with people, some folks in Australia since the MySpace days. Like, and I can't wait to see them, uh, and it's going to be rad. I don't know what to expect. You know, I'm expecting maybe some smaller clubs and some very up close and personal badass fucking shows.
Yeah, well, you are playing 29th of October at the Triffid, 30th Sydney. You got the Halloween show in Melbourne, which is absolutely shaping up to be a ripper, in Canberra at the Baso, dude. Definitely going to get some koalas and some meat pies while you're down under as well.
Nice. I heard there's a sanctuary around there, right?
Yeah,
A
yeah,
koala
dude.
sanctuary.
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
to hit that up, man.
Oh, mate, you can't come to Australia and not get a shot with a kangaroo and a bloody koala, that's for
So
sure.
koalas are fucking metal. Like, I
Yeah.
saw this documentary where this one fell out of a high ass tree and just kind of bounced and got up, like, and walked away. Like, it's like, dude, say they got those big ass claws and
And have
shit.
you heard
Like,
them screech, dude? They got like a pretty brutal fucking metal
yeah,
growl
and
to
they're always
them.
higher than fuck off eucalyptus leaves. Like, oh, I guess the
Uh,
eucalyptus makes them high or something. So
yeah, dude, they just sit in the tree munching out on leaves all the time. Seems like a
it's
good
like
way to fucking live, doesn't it,
throwing up the throwing up
hey?
the talons and shit, or the claws. Yeah, man.
Exactly. You guys are getting over here celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Seven Churches album, but are you mixing in some newer stuff off the latest album and a couple of the others there as well?
Yeah, we got to put something. We're in Australia. We got to play something off of Rue.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Revelations of Oblivion, aka Rue. And we'll put something. Probably throw a few mix on from all the shit.
Yeah, that's a challenge, isn't it? After not getting here for so long, and you're like, "Fuck, I want to play this, this, this." There's
If
worse
it were up to
places
me,
to
I'd,
be.
I'd play everything. Yeah, but I guess there's time constraints and all that. But I always want the shows to last forever, because there's nothing like being up on stage.
Exactly, mate. As do we. Looking back, what do you hope the lasting legacy will be for yourself and Possessed?
Well, I mean, I hope people remember me as a good guy and a musician, an artist, and a person that is existentialist. I absolutely love people, and just I just want to be remembered as never selling out and always being possessed.
Damn straight, Jeff. It's been an absolute honor speaking with you today. Possessed impact on extreme music cannot be overstated. From pioneering seven churches to overcoming adversity and returning with revelations of oblivion, your story is nothing short of legendary, mate. Australian metal fans are in for a once of a lifetime experience this October when you guys hit Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne, as I mentioned, and Canberra. Make sure you grab your tickets from Hardline Media. Jeff, Possessed, thank you so very much. Last word, shout outs. Thank yous are all on you, mate.
Oh, thank you, thank you. It's an honor and a pleasure, Jai. Congratulations on your cancer-free year and a half. That's fucking amazing, and I hope to see you out there. Uh, kick you down with some merch, and I cannot wait to get out there. This has been a long time coming. We're gonna bring it. We're gonna play the entire album. We're gonna sweat and fucking bang and just fucking hail Satan, bro. Like straight up.